Another one.
Not passionate about software engineering? How about QA? Okay, let's see what you got to say about that one. I'm going through my degree information systems and weighing my options. I like programming, but at the same time, I don't. What? As in, I don't see myself capable of being a full time software developer going through the struggle of doing code reviews, huge chunks of other people's code, trying to decipher what it does, or caring much about the Java API and stuff like that. I don't see myself liking something so technical. At the same time, I kind of like some programming, like the logic aspect and building things when I make small things for myself. So I do kind of like some technical aspect of it, but I'm not super obsessed over it. I absolutely despise any front end work, especially CSS cascading style sheets. I don't want to touch that thing ever. Whoa, that's deep. All right. How hardcore is being into QA automation in this aspect? I'm torn between this or going a more product focused path like business analyst or product owner. Well, if you would like the least technical, I don't know which one is less technical, a business analyst or a product owner. I would lean on the product owner, but I could be wrong because I don't know. It depends. It depends. But anyways, we're gonna start our clock, right? We're gonna start our clock. So first and foremost, should you go into QA if you don't want to be a software engineer? I'm gonna tell you this, right? Listen closely. QA engineers, they are software developers, software engineers as well, but for testing. And that's not the same as a software development engineer and test. But for QA, we're going to be writing automation tests, but we're also going to be innovating and figuring out the best way, the best approach to test something. You own quality as a QA engineer. You're the owner. The buck stops with you. Now, everyone is responsible for quality, but as a QA engineer, you are accountable for QA, for quality, right? So you need to make the plans. You need to make sure that things are moving correctly. You need to be thinking about the risks and bringing that up, having those conversations with your team. But the automation part, I go through code review every time I push code up to GitHub. I open a pull request. I do the same. Like I'm not writing production code, but I am writing the code to test the production code to make sure that we don't have any bugs. So both roles are very critical. If you're trying to hide from code reviews and reviewing other people's code and having people review your code and worried about like a Java API or a Python API or whatever the case may be, then it's possible that quality might not be your field house as well. Because if you think you're just going to get into quality and just do manual testing, you are sadly mistaken.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
You know, you need like working as QA, especially like the more advanced QA engineers, you're going to be writing code just like the rest of them, just like the rest of us, because we need to be efficient. Efficiency is key. We have to build pipelines, have ways to easily work through. We want to get to market. We want to get to market safely and quickly. Now, does that sound like they go together? Yes, they do actually. But that takes innovation, automation, etc. That's something we're going to be talking about on our DevSecOps video tomorrow. A lot of automation goes into DevSecOps. And how so you have like the developers, a lot of times they get to focus on I'm not going to say one thing, but a little bit more limited things. Infrastructure sometimes, the code quality, how to piece together the code to make the desired application work, building something from nothing. But then the QA engineer, they need to make sure everything is working together. You know what I mean? So it's a very important responsibility, although in a different realm. So you might not be writing as much code, but it's still very, very technical. Very, very technical. And then so much troubleshooting. Because if the development code changes and now your tests are failing, you got to get those to work. So you're always investigating, always fixing. God forbid something goes wrong, you're gonna be on call. So your question, would QA be something for you? Oh, let's not forget CSS because I adore CSS. But if you despise any front end work, especially CSS, how the heck are you going to write front end automation tests, whether you're using Selenium, um, Cypress, or Playwright? You're going to need to use that. So now for BA or product owner, that's a tough one. I would say look into one of those though. You're not going to be writing code with either of those roles, from my understanding. Um, yeah, you're not going to be writing code. But the BA, you're going to be like closely working with the. I mean, both of them are going to be working closely with the developers. We did have our business analyst video the other day. We should do it on product owner, but it's just different roles. Product owner is like working with. I mean, come to think about it, those roles they kind of work together in a sense. So I don't like either one of those roles. Like if you want to be as away from the technical stuff, then yeah, look into the business analyst and the product owner. See which one is going to be better fit for you. They're both good roles. It's easy to get them. Maybe not. All right. Anyways, that is that. All right. But yeah, maybe QA is not the route that you want to go in if that is your goals and your desires to be as least technical as possible, right?
Yo, living in this chaos, I can see it clear. People slacking off, yo, I can feel the fear. Trying to make it big, but they just playing games. While I'm busting my ass, they just chasing fame. What's the point of grinding if you don't hold it down? Hear me out, we gotta get it right. No more lazy walks, we gotta reignite. Rise above the noise, push through the pain. Don't let this dream slip, let's break those chains. Got my eyes on the prize, but it's looking real grim. When you ask for the truth, they pretend it's a whim. Success ain't a joke, man, it's blood, sweat, and tears. So why you out here fronting, drowning in your fears? We all want the glory, but do we want the grind? Hear me out, we gotta get it right. No more lazy walks, we gotta reignite. Rise above the noise, push through the pain. Don't let this dream slip, let's break those chains. So step up, don't fall back, let's do what's true. If we really want it, it starts with me and you. Yo, living in this chaos, I can see it clear. People slacking off, yo, I can feel the fear. Trying to make it big, but they just playing games. While I'm busting my ass, they just chasing fame. What's the point of grinding if you don't hold it down? Hear me out, we gotta get it right. No more lazy walks, we gotta reignite. Rise above the noise, push through the pain. Don't let the dream slip, let's break those chains. But let's break those chains. Let's break those chains. Let's break those chains. Let's break those chains. Got my eyes on the prize, but it's looking real grim. When you ask for the truth, they pretend it's a whim. Success ain't a joke, man, it's blood, sweat, and tears. So why you out here fronting, drowning in your fears? We all want the glory, but do we want the grind? We want the glory, but do we want the grind? Yeah. So step up, don't fall back, let's do what's true. If we really want it, it starts with me and you. Yeah. Don't step up. Don't fall back. Let's do what's true. If we really want